This is a video on how to export your photos out of Google Photos. So the first thing you want to do is look for Google Takeout. It's not something that's regularly advertised, so you have to Google it. And you should be signed into your Google account when you do this. Notice how I'm signed in here. So the original purpose of this was to prove that they're not trying to keep all your data and not let you have it if you ever want to switch to another platform. So they invented this thing called Google Takeout to cover their own backs. So here you want to uncheck them all, say select none, how I have it, and then go down to your photo albums part on Google Photos, and on this part you want to say I'm just going to go ahead and include all photo albums because don't want to be too picky about it. Then I'm going to go ahead and click next, and zip file 2 GB. Really, I don't want to touch these settings because I don't trust that they'll work if I make it the way I want. So I'm just going to get the default settings and create the archive. Now on this screen, it's telling you that it's preparing all the data, and then it emails you when it's done with download links. So I'm going to pause the video and wait until I get the email. So here's a quick update. I went over to the download your data screen, and I'm sort of watching this progress bar complete. I'd say it's been about 5 minutes. It was on 0% for a good portion of the time. Now it's up to 72. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause again, and I'll show you guys what to do when I get back when it's once it's finally done. So now we've got the archive. It's complete. I got the email, and in here it has sort of this threat that they're gonna take it away on January 5th. You can always go and do this again. I've probably done this 4 or 5 times over the past, maybe even closer to 8 times over the past 5 years I've been doing this with Google Takeouts. Then all you gotta do is, since I chose just the default settings, I guess they're 2 GB. But I'm just gonna go ahead and click through into the downloads, and maybe I'll retitle this to like Photos 1 from G Photos and save it. So it's starting its download. Then what you do, you go show exports. This part you gotta have kind of a good memory because you have to remember which one you did and which one you didn't do. So I sort of don't want to jam it up by doing multiple at the same time, but when you have to go in and get the rest of them, you go to this show exports, which is just the next screen. Plus this link's available through the email, so you can always find it there if you forget. I'll let this one, let's see. Oops. Here, I know how to go this way. If you go to Chrome / downloads, it'll tell you. And here it shows how much is left. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, let this bad boy complete, and then show you what happens when your first one is done. So now you have the takeout folder. This is inside of my zip file. I hope you guys know how to extract a zip file by now. Here's one. So this is some photo I took, I guess, on 2012 4/24, and the photos are kind of interjammed throughout all these folders. But if I right click on it and press properties, you see that it's 2.1 gigs. So obviously there's a lot of photos in here, and you just have to remember to go back in, go to this page, show exports. Now I got to do number 2. Two of 4. I don't really care. I just says -2 or -2 at the end. I just click save and let this one go, and just repeat this over and over again until the last one's done. Then your photos are safe.